Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are and whenever you watch this replay. Oh my gosh, technology is so fun at 4:30 in the morning. Wow, 8 minutes, man, has gone by. I did the whole thing and did not realize I was live. I really miss my producer, yeah, producer. And when we have Craft Showdown, having a producer for Craft Showdown really keeps us going. So, um, thank you for waiting a few minutes before the live starts. I was just doing my thing. So, um, we'll go ahead and get restarted here. Wow, all the things. Um, so for those of you just joining, my name is Sherry with Ratchet Up Your Art, and I go live every morning at 4:30 a.m. And today we were just a little late. Uh, to make time for your art and do all the things for yourself. And so 4:30 a.m. I chose because that's when my family is still getting up and running. Um Good morning, Angie. Yes, I saw your text. I will give you a call after the show, but I will not have long to talk. But in any case, family, they're trying to get a hold of me. Um so any case, we will definitely be working on a little item that we had today. And let's go ahead and get started since we're already like 10 minutes in. Let's see here. So today we are working on a little cardinal. This was a suggested post of what we want to do on the jelly print. And thank you to uh wow, life is hard right now. Thank you to Dragon Days Shadowings for suggesting the cardinal. And so we're gonna use red. I was gonna use, but it's semi-transparent, so we're gonna see how that turns out. I was gonna add a little bit of black to that, but I'm afraid it's gonna turn too dark to make it opaque. And well, I can't use white because it will turn it pink. Um, I was going to use another color like yellow or orange, but the ones I have, let me just double check the orange. They are um they are semi-transparent, so we're just going to do the best we can with what we got here. So, let's go ahead and dive on in. I was looking for, and I just do not see it. I wanted some. Oh, here, we'll use this. I wanted to use some of this tape to kind of tape down the cardinal because what we're going to do is we're going to paint in this cardinal onto the oh, words are hard, the collage, the canvas board. That's the word I was using. Okay. So, um if you like being able to suggest what I put on my collages, I will do another post and see if you would like to suggest something again. If that was not water. Sorry, I was just looking for my water. My desk is rather full. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and see it's transparent. So not sure what we're doing here with this, but I'm just gonna paint this cardinal in. Shadow Dragon Days, um, as I refer to her, suggested a silhouette of a cardinal, and I thought that was pretty fitting because my priority list for my cardinals, and to get onto that priority list to have a open gallery night with me, um, is coming up on May 19th. So if you want to be invited to a special gallery night, um, please feel free to um, get on that priority list. The link is below in the description. All right. So we're going to let that dry for just a minute. I want to add a little bit of black here, and then we're going to see what happens. And oh, that was too much black. Well, okay, let's see what we do here. Okay. Oh, way too much. Way too much. Got to get that off my brush a little bit. Oh, this might work. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Yes, much better. Still a little bit transparent because it doesn't have a lot of opaque paint in it, but it's better than what it was. Now, what I want to do when this dries is I want to take a black Posca marker to it. I've been thinking um, about this little challenge that I received out in the community. So I have been thinking about it, and I'm about out of red. So that's the problem that I'm facing right now. Okay. There we go. So we have a cardinal here. And what we're going to do as soon as it dries, I'm going to take some black Posca markers to it and see what we come up with. Now, while it's kind of drying, let's look at some other things that we can do. I don't like how he's floating in air right here. So I was thinking about some other things that we could do. And there was this little, of all things, there was this little piece of, and that just goes way over there. Okay. I thought maybe this would be interesting to have him sitting on like this little branch thing. But we gotta, when I glue that down, it's gonna go right over his tail. So we'll line it back up and put the tail up front. Now, his feet are kind of like not in alignment. So like if you use this piece, so we're gonna have to um do a few things. Like we could definitely have him sitting like this with this in the back if I would have thought about it. But I didn't until I just pulled this out of my list of my um, trays of stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this down. We're going to glue this down, and then we're going to go back over it with the paint. Now, the blue will show, but we'll just keep working with it. Okay. Hello. How are you, Raul? I think that's how you say your name. Good morning to you. We are creating with the suggestion I got in the community on my collage. And the suggestion, oh, Sherry, you did it wrong. And the suggestion I got was a cardinal. So we are going to add, and of course I just added it to the wrong side, but that's all right. It's collage, and we're going to paint over it anyway. So here we go. But this bird is floating in the air, and I'm just not a fan of floating objects. I am if it's more of an abstract thing, but this is not an abstract thing. Now we want this to come off the page. So he's on the edge. He's on the edge of this thing. And this is kind of like what representing a tree here. So we're going to glue that down. The paint is pretty dry. Yep, the paint's dry. So let me grab my brush here. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and glue. Oh, the paint. No. Okay, now we know we got to be careful with the paint. Wow, I did not expect that to happen. That's okay. You just go with it. Okay, we're just going to glue that down just a little bit. And, okay. And you got to be careful, I guess, with acrylic and paint. That was weird. Was not expecting that to happen. But we recovered, and we're going to go back over it anyway. So maybe that part wasn't dry. Who knows? We just go with it. I just want to make sure it is adhered to the thing. All right. Now, while we're waiting for that to dry, let's think about the background of what we're doing on this particular collage. So now that he is no longer in the air, we have a paint skin here, which is roughly the same, almost the same color. And we could put this on the end to kind of represent like a tree that's coming out. I mean, like part of the tree that's coming out of the limb. Yeah, we could do that. It kind of frames it a little bit, but I'm not sure I'm liking that. So we're going to drive on. What else we got? We could do another. Where's it at? Is there another piece? Oh, here's a cute little piece. We could do another little piece that comes off of it, like a branch, make it smaller maybe. I don't know. We're just still playing around here. Let me channel my inner Matisse and create a little branch. What's that? Is that gonna work? That might work. We could add some shadow to that to make it pop. Now, what we could do is just paint this cardinal red and just stick it on top. But I'm not sure. I'm just not sure about that. That'll give it some dimension. But I'm not sure. They'll give us the opaqueness that I'm looking at. I think that's what we're doing. Yeah, I think we're going to go there. All right. Change of plans, because that's what I do. When the inspiration strikes, that's where I'm going. All right. Let's go back in there with the red, and maybe they'll give it the red I want, because I was really struggling with the background of it being semi-transparent. There's always more than one way to solve a problem. So here we go. All right. We're just going to, oh yeah, don't like that. Add a little bit of black to it. Okay. And it's too much black. So that just means I got to add more red. Because black is a very strong color. It may be semi-transparent, but man, no, opaque. It's opaque. Okay. But man, does it take over. It takes over. It's still got some semi-transparency in it, but it'll be a lot better than what it was. Typical for me to put paint all over my hands. Okay, it's going to need a second coat. So we're just going to let that dry. I'm going to let that dry on this piece of paper. And it's going to need a second coat. Okay, where are we? All right, we have just a few more minutes. But that's where we're headed. So we will finish this up. We will finish this cardinal next week for sure. Tomorrow will be about jelly printing. And I will show you on fabric. And I will show you how the other fabrics that we jelly printed with last week turned out. And we'll go from there. Let's see here. I still want to see if I can get this more opaque here without getting my fingers all in it, because that's what I do. Hold that down. I wanted to get that opaque before the paint dries on my palette. I think that's it. So our little cardinal bird, he's not as red as I'd like, but I can always go back with red on top of this now that we have an opaque layer. I could take a red on top. Whoop. I don't like it when it starts to pull it off. Okay. I could take a red on top of this opaque layer and then give it a little bit more red. And then what I'll do is I will glue him down onto our little tree branch. And then we'll go from there. All right. So because I had to start this live over, I just want to quickly remind you that my priority list is open for my artwork, the cardinal birds. They're called the Conclave collection, the art collection. And so I have these and I have two other ones. The priority night is May 19th. So if you want to get that special invitation from me, please feel free to get on that priority list. I'll be glad to invite you to a Zoom call gallery night with me. Okay, maybe it won't be Zoom. It'll be Google or it'll be something, but you get my point. And with that, we will keep working on the cardinal. And thank you, Dragon Days Shadowings, for suggesting the cardinal bird in the collage that we're going to create. It was a little bumpy this morning, but we got through it. And I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching Ratchet Up Your Art.